Are indie games taking over the gaming space? Now, this is a question that I've had for a long time because I feel like indie games are just really fun. And honestly, I just recently got an indie game that I really enjoyed. Now, there's no shocker to all of you, probably, because of one game coming out soon that's taking over the internet by storm, which is Hollow Knight Silk Song. Now, I've recently decided to jump into Hollow Knight because I've never played this game before, and honestly, my golly, is this ever a good game. And it made me wonder, is the indie games actually better now than first-party AAA games? Now, I can't just sit here and say, well, they definitely are better, because there is a whole bunch of different players of these games. You might just say that, okay, the AAA first-party games are the best, and that's completely fine. I think that they really are amazing and unique. You might just say, no, indie games are better. Not only are they cheap, but they give you a unique experience. Those are two different points that we gotta talk about. Let's get into it. Now, starting off with the indie games. Indie games are really unique, and when I was having my time playing Hollow Knight, I really found it really interesting. Now, for the record, I've never played a Metroidvania style of game. Honestly, I have no idea what in the world this gameplay even is. But, to be honest, I didn't care. Hollow Knight is really a unique game. It takes the aspects of Dark Souls, mixes it in with Mario in a way, and really hands you that experience. Maybe that's what's so great about indie games. They really take different formulas that work for different companies, throw them all into one big bundle of joy, and send it out. Which this game truly is really special. It has a unique balance with boss fights being really hard to really easy, really balance that out. The platforming is challenging in some ways, and honestly, the fact that the first part of the game is pretty much just like seeing if you'll like the game. So you pretty much gotta run around, find maps, find different souls, find the access to the different lock boxes, the different rooms, the different things, until you finally make your way across and you're pretty much free from the prison that you were in the first area. You get your way going all the way up to this nice lush green cave, which honestly, it's so beautiful once you get to there. But you know how Hollow Knight works, am I right? You've probably played it once upon a time. And by now, you're probably playing Hollow Knight Silk Song. Tell me all about this game. Is it a fantastic game? Is it just as good as the original Hollow Knight? I haven't currently finished Hollow Knight, but let's talk about the third-party AAA games. Now, the third-party AAA games, on the other hand, are really great. They really give you what happened throughout years and years of testing and trying and trial and error to make the perfect game. But honestly, I don't know if this is really developing in the way that you might think. With indie games on one hand, it's cheaper to just jump into this game, start playing it, and have fun. With AAA games, on the other hand, you really gotta think. It's not like back in a couple of years where you pick up a game and you're like, okay, I'm gonna try it. It's more like, I'm gonna search up a couple dozen videos, see if I'm gonna like the game, and then jump into it. If you already played the game from the series, well then you'll probably just pick it up. But if you've never played a game, like for me, Metroid, this is a tough sell because I want to try out Metroid Prime 4. But I don't know, is it worth $70? Am I going to enjoy it? It definitely doesn't feel the same as just being able to pick up the game, try it out, test it out for yourself, and see if you're going to like it. If you don't like it, well, just never get a Metroid game ever again. But these games feel more polished in a way. You'll know that if you've played one of these games, you're probably going to like the next game, and the next game, and the next game. Like, for example, if you played Mario Galaxy 1, well, sure enough, you're gonna like Mario Galaxy 2. But if we're not going that in-depth into what you're gonna like, if you played Kirby's Return to Dreamland, and you never played Forgotten Land, well, you jump into Forgotten Land, you're like, you know what, this is pretty good, this is really good. It definitely is a more constructing sort of gameplay, and also for your dollar dues, because, yeah, it definitely feels more expensive than the indie game. But at the same time, you know that these are going to be premium quality, unless you're looking over here at some other companies that just release games for the sake of releasing games. I mean, what? People do that? Yeah, it's pretty rough. But overall, I think that indie games definitely have a unique spotlight when it comes to price and also unique gameplay. But then on the other hand, with your AAA games, you got, premium quality. Unless you're playing some other games that just don't have premium quality. For this, let's talk about Nintendo games. You'll know that those are premium quality. The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario, Kirby, and all those games. Now, I've recently been playing Kirby and the Forgotten Land Star-Crossed World, and I've been enjoying my time. But I feel like once you get the hang of it, you know this is going to be the level, the next level, the next level. Don't you get a little bit bored? This could just be me because some of the games feel they're polished and clean, but then you start to get the hang of it. When you're playing an indie game, you have no idea what in the world to expect. You're going over there and you're just questioning everything. But that could just be the one game. If we're taking a look at Hades, that's another fantastic indie game. And honestly, that game right there definitely left you shocked. And it keeps you into the game. It keeps you invested for a long period of time. If Nintendo or any other company with their AAA games would make a game that would last so long, maybe that could be a turning point or a key orientation into the games as a whole. But I don't know. I think that this just definitely is a question more than an answer, because everyone has their own opinions, and that's completely okay. I'm super excited for what we're going to be seeing for Mario AAA games. I'm really excited to see if Hollow Knight Silksong is going to be the best thing in the world. But overall, these are definitely two different separate sections of gaming. If you want to save a ton of money and have a great experience, the indie games is right for you. But if you want to have a more polished experience with characters that you've cherished throughout the years, or you know that it's going to be a very great experience, well then the AAA party is going to be the one right for you. But overall, there shouldn't be any deciding of this game or this game. I think they're all equally fantastic in their own way. Indie games definitely have that charm with being able to have no idea what the heck you're doing until you finally figure it out. That's pretty cool. The AAA experience definitely is a more clean experience, more story-driven game, because it's the studio. It definitely has a lot more dollary dues to put into this game. But overall, it definitely is a very, very interesting question. And honestly, I'm always scratching my head and saying, okay, so am I going to like this game or am I going to like this game? Once again, I love Hollow Knight. It's just a fun game. It's like Dark Souls in a way. You want to sit there, you want to focus up. You're probably going to get dead by a screwdriver. I'm pretty sure it's a screwdriver. Is it a tooth? It's a tooth or something. Anyways, it's a funny game. It really is a funny game. It really has that challenge. Like, honestly, I feel like AAA games should be a little bit harder. Now, I'm not saying that they're not hard. If you go over there to PlayStation or whatever, Xbox or whatever, those definitely are harder games. But there definitely isn't a more, neutral approach to. You can go and play higher difficulty if you want to. You can put it on lower difficulty if you want to. Like, for example, we're going to say The Legend of Zelda. I've always wanted a master mode in Tears of the Kingdom, but that's definitely something that we haven't gotten. Breath of the Wild gave you a master mode, and honestly, that master mode was pretty challenging, but at the same time, once you get the hang of it, of course, it's going to get less and less challenging. I feel like maybe just a difficulty slider would be pretty helpful inside of some of these games. Like for Pokemon, for example. You catch too many Pokemon, you over-level up these Pokemon, chances are that game is going to become very easy. Kirby is too powerful for the rest of the game. So obviously, he is going to make the game very easy. It's not because the game is easy. It's because Kirby is too powerful. Like, no other character can stand up to the power of Kirby. That's why he's the one sole survivor from the Super Smash Bros. Attack. So yeah, he's too powerful. So a harder difficulty would make it so the enemies are stronger, not Kirby being weaker. The enemies are much, much stronger. And yeah, that could be a difficulty mode. But overall, I just find it very, very fun. I just find it very, very funny. I find it, is it true? Are the indie games, are the other games better? No, we can't say that they're better. Are they more key into a different style of gameplay? I don't know. It definitely is an interesting question. So, what do you think about this? Do you think that indie games definitely have a step up or a leg up when it comes to price to gameplay? Or do you think that the AAA games are more like, you know what? These games are great. I know that I'm going to be getting a fantastic experience. I don't know. For me, I think it's a bit of both. I definitely love the fact that AAA games, you know that what you're going to get. Mario, fantastic. Kirby, fantastic. Legend of Zelda, fantastic. Do we have to carry on? Those are all fantastic games. But then once you get the mojo, unless the game keeps throwing things at you, you just don't understand, or you didn't ever played a game before, maybe you just don't get sucked into the game as much. Could just completely be me. The indie game, different experience every single time. Hades, different experience. Terraria, different experience. Hollow Knight, very much so different experience. Games that feel more, you know, hey, they put some hard love into this game. You know, that's what indie games all about. Hollow Knight was made by, what, a team of 3 people? Which is crazy, by the way. But overall, what in the world do you think about this? I don't know. I can't be the only one that's like, you know what? First party games, third party games, whatever, could be different, you know? I don't know. It's very, very interesting. It's, yeah. Anyways, what do you think about this? Do you think that there definitely is something different? Are they taking over the industry, the indie games? Because they're super cheap. They're easy for just about anyone to jump into and start playing. Like, honestly, Hollow Knight was like $10 or something like that, which is crazy. You can just hop in, start playing, have a great time. But then when you're going into AAA games or first party games or whatever the case, whatever you want to call them, well then there definitely is a higher barrier for that. And honestly, not a lot of games come with demos anymore. Remember back in the day, about 2010 or so, or maybe even earlier, there was game demos out the wazoo. Like, honestly, game demos after game demos. If you wanted to go play like a demo from a game, there would always be a demo. Like, Pokemon always had demos. But now we're not really seeing the first party Pokemon games, or the mainline Pokemon games at least, get any sort of demos. Mario games had demos at once upon a time. Overall, it really was a great time to be a Nintendo fan, or even a fan in gaming as a whole. Xbox 360 era, man, there was so many demos for that. But overall, it's just something. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you consider to leave your opinion about this whole questionnaire inside the comments down below. I would really love to know what you think about all of this mumbo jumbo. With that being said, consider to have a fantastic day. Oh wait, not consider. I want you to have a fantastic day. And with that being said, consider to subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it. And anyways, see you in the next one.